Tennis players are used to a variety of surfaces: grass, hard court, clay courts, or better said, red clay courts. But not this. What the hell is this? The 2012 Madrid Open threw a curveball, literally. We'll explore the transition from familiar surfaces to this slippery blue nightmare, the player's struggles, and the one champion who found grace, or maybe just good balance, amidst the blue disgrace. We will divide this into 5 chapters, so stick around to the end to find out why it wasn't a success, and what caused it to be a failed experiment. The year is 2012. The Madrid Open, usually a showcase for clay court specialists like Rafael Nadal, is about to unveil a revolutionary change. Tournament director Ion Tiriac, the former Romanian ATP player turned billionaire businessman, steps up to the microphone.
Amigos, this year we present the historic innovation, La Tierra Azul, the blue clay.
Players are, well, let's just say Novak Djokovic wasn't exactly thrilled.
This is decided without the players. It's not very sporting, is it?
The organizers, Mutua Madrileña, whose logo is a striking blue, together with Ion Tiriac, claimed it would enhance TV viewing, making the ball easier to see compared to the red background. Which technically was true, because other tournaments have done this change before, although none of them were clay. In 2005, one of the biggest tournaments on tour, the US Open, decided to go from their trademark green to blue. The fans were supportive of this change because it really did enhance the viewing experience. A couple years later, the Australian Open followed suit, changing from green to blue as well. Seeing these changes and the positive outcome from the fans caught the attention of the billionaire and owner of the Madrid Open, Mr. Ion Tiriac. Now, Mr. Tiriac has always said his favorite movie has been Smurfs, which is why he decided to make the historic, once-in-a-lifetime change from red to blue clay. All joking aside, the reason for the change was exactly the same as for the change at the US Open, or the Australian Open, to enhance the viewing experience for the fans. However, the original bad boy had something to say about it.
You cannot be serious. Tennis ain't about looking pretty on TV. It's about grit, sweat, and the occasional McEnroe meltdown.
But what was blue clay actually? It wasn't just a bucket of blue paint dumped on the usual red stuff. The crushed brick base, the heart of any clay court, remained the same. The difference was in the coloring. The iron oxide that gives traditional clay its reddish hue was removed, essentially bleaching the brick powder, and then blue dye was added. But the real issue wasn't aesthetics, it was playability. The blue clay, it turned out, was more slippery than a greased-up banana peel at a Wimbledon afterparty. The 2012 Madrid Open was a full house, including the Big Three. There was the reigning champion Novak Djokovic, the clay court king Rafael Nadal, the ever-so-stylish Roger Federer, but the blue court threw them all a curveball, literally. Matches became comical ballets of unintentional slides and misplaced shots. The former American #1, Andy Roddick, had something to say as well.
This ain't clay, folks. This is more like a slip and slide at a kid's birthday party. Where's the red stuff?
Even the usually stoic Roger Federer couldn't resist a quip.
It was tough conditions, obviously, as we know. It was slippery and stuff, and I could have lost in the first round.
The normally vocal Rafael Nadal, king of clay, was uncharacteristically quiet. Maybe he just didn't want to admit defeat on his home turf, even if that turf was the color of Smurfette's dress. Still, Nadal managed to reach the round of 16 before succumbing to the unpredictable bounces on the blue clay. The blue clay experiment was a glorious and hilarious failure. Here's what sealed its fate. Heavy rains before the tournament turned the court into a slick, uneven mess. The blue dye, it turned out, affected the court's ability to drain properly. Additionally, some players complained that the dye itself made the surface even more slippery. The backlash was fierce. After just 1 year, the organizers, with their tails tucked firmly between their legs, switched back to the good old red stuff for the 2013 tournament. The blue clay may be gone, but its legacy lives on. It became a hilarious footnote in tennis history, a cautionary tale about messing with tradition, and a goldmine for meme creators. But amidst the chaos, there was a winner. The 2012 Madrid Open champion, the man who tamed the Blue Beast, was none other than Roger Federer. Federer, known for his grace and adaptability, surprised everyone with his ability to adjust to the unfamiliar surface. He focused on touch and finesse, utilizing his superior volleying skills to overcome the unpredictable bounces.
It wasn't easy, that's for sure, but sometimes you have to adapt and overcome. This win is definitely one for the memory books, blue clay and all.
So, what can we learn from the blue clay debacle? The blue clay favored the offensive players, unlike the traditional red clay, whose main characteristic is long rallies and defensive play. That it's very obvious when you see both Nadal and Djokovic knocked out in the early rounds, and the offensive players like Del Potro, Tipsarevic, Berdych, and Roger Federer all made it to the quarterfinals. It wasn't just a color change, it basically changed the way clay tennis should be played to win. The unsurprising end of this whole blue clay debacle was met with a unanimous decision by the ATP to ban the blue clay. So, what are your thoughts on the blue clay situation? Did you enjoy the viewing experience? Do you think it should be tried again? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.